Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me. I am still Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com. It is still in the description below. Reach out to me with your purchase and pricing questions concerning this or any watch you see on any of our platforms. I am Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for all of your pricing questions. Today we're discussing a 2008 model launch. This is the IWC Vintage Ingenieur. It harks back to the 1950s reference 666 AD with a date, the Wicked One, one of the original technical watches or scientists' watches from the heyday of the technical watch. The Ingenieur changed over the years to include integrated bracelets, Genta-style design from Genta no less, before returning to classicism back in 2008 when this model was launched as a 500-piece limited edition. So the timepiece is designed to evoke the 1950s, but you can see the dimensions are very much of our age. In rose gold, it is 42.5 millimeters in diameter, 14.2 millimeters thick, and from lug tip to lug tip, 51.1 millimeters with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now, there was a long run of the Genta-style IWC Ingenieur, including when this watch was being made. At the time, in the late 2000s, this watch was unique in the IWC catalog because it was a retro Ingenieur. But since 2016, IWC has gone back in this direction, proving that there is room for classical design in the technical watch genre, and also that Gerald Genta is not going to have it all his own way in the world of the Ingenieur. The watch is big. It fits my wrist at 16 centimeters circumference, but if your wrist were smaller than mine, let's say 15 centimeters circumference, I don't think this would fit. I think you need a wrist my size or larger, and the reason is that these lugs are broad, and this watch is broad across the wrist, and once lugs start to overlap the edge of the wrist, I think that's the no-go zone for fit. You can see, though, with a domed bezel and a curved sapphire, it should fit underneath most dress cuffs. The strap is generous, large, glossy, rectangular scale, symmetrical scale alligator leather. And when the scales are large, rectangular, and symmetrical, you're looking at the most expensive cut of the animal. You can see it's got a little bit of a color gradient between brown and black, a gloss finish. You can see a sheer cut side, a monotone stitch, and on the bottom, the richness of Santoni, IWC's OEM strap provider, out of Italy, and this signal orange is their house color. You can't see it when the watch is on the wrist, but take it off and you know immediately what you're dealing with. These straps are luxurious. The buckle is simple. As you can see, a combination of satination and polish for contrast. It allows for quick, easy adjustments. We have a stepped lug case, so you can see not quite as dramatically as on a Lunga, but there is a distinct crease or character line separating the lug profile from the case band, and then all of this is vertically satinated, which is a little bit unusual because most of the time satination on a case band goes lengthwise. This vertical look is a little bit more distinctive and unique. We have a crown with the IWC Proboscis Fusia motto on it, a good solid watch made in Schaffhausen. And then you can see that the lugs overlap slightly with the bezel, which has a vertical lip and then a domed profile before giving way to a dramatically boxed and cambered sapphire designed to evoke a 1950s style plexiglass. Dials weren't made this nicely back in the 50s, I can assure you of that. You could see we have a combination of rose gold dart-style indices with polished facets. The hands at center are Dauphine style with facets down their center to better contrast against the metallic gray sunburst or ardoise dial. That Ingenieur logo is a long-running signature of the brand. And then we have a faceted and polished frame for the date. Look carefully and you can even see that we have these little plots of loom outboard of the hours, and that each one is constrained by a small black printed surround to give it better definition against the base and show just how precisely printed these features have been placed. We also have a polished dimple style minutes track and then a lanced style counterweighted seconds hand, and I really do like how that little black surround finds each luminescent dot perfectly centered. This is a dial to behold. The watch has more than enough lume to read in the dark, and despite its richness, this is a sports watch, being 120 meters water resistant with a screw down crown. And let me just show you how the crown screws down there. it is automatic winding. So between being automatic winding, 120 with a screw down and thus swimmable, and well loomed, this is a sports watch, albeit an urbane one. Now we do have stop seconds if we wish to operate hacking and set the watch against a reference time, and we do have a quick set date for when that is necessary on the reverse side. You can see there's a protective film here, but this is 1 out of 500, being the boutique limited edition of the watch. Underneath we have an IWC manufacturer caliber. This is caliber 80111. Bidirectional automatic winding. You can see it uses the Albert Peloton invented IWC signature pawl-based winding system. So a very durable, efficient, shock-resistant winding system created by Albert Peloton in the 40s and first implemented in the 50s. It was the forerunner of all bidirectional pawl-based systems, including the Seiko Magic Lever. You can see here we have the 2 pawls and the pawl wheel for bidirectional winding. It beats away at 4 hertz. It has a 44-hour power reserve. It is adjusted in 5 positions, which is a welcome surprise, as that degree of adjustment's generally reserved for chronometers and haute horlogerie watches. We have 28 pivot jewels, and then a finish that is mostly mechanical but nevertheless attractive to the eye. This watch is worthy of its display caseback. There's lots to love in here. If you love what you see here, reach out to me. I am T. Mosso at thewatchbox.com for all of your purchase and pricing questions.